Well, I thank Chairman Engel and the Foreign Affairs Committee for yielding the time. Mr. Speaker, I rise humbly as a representative of my home state of Florida and as a patriotic American, but especially today as a mother of 2 daughters and future generations, because I feel the weight of our moral responsibility to address climate change. This is a historic day here in the House of Representatives. This is the first time in 10 years that major climate legislation is being heard in the People's House. H.R. 9, Climate Action Now, is where we will start by honoring America's commitment to address the climate crisis. And it is a crisis. The last time global monthly temperatures were below average was in February of 1985. That means everyone who is 34 years of age or younger has grown up in a world that has been forever altered by the changing climate. How severe the impacts of climate change will be to us personally over time depends on the actions that we take now. And based on the latest science from the administration's own National Climate Assessment, we have reason to worry. Seas are rising, America's heartland and farms have suffered unprecedented floods. Is shrinking, and that's bad for clean water supplies. Droughts are getting worse. Hot, humid heat waves are becoming more intense, with more days where people cannot safely work or play outside. Higher temperatures mean that pollutants like ground-level ozone from car exhaust will become more damaging to our health. 1.5 years ago, I had to pack up my home, board up the windows and doors, pack up my most cherished belongings, and flee as Hurricane Irma, that monster hurricane, threatened the state of Florida. We were scared of a huge storm surge coming up from the Gulf of Mexico and into Tampa Bay. We were petrified. Fortunately, we had time to get out of the way, but that isn't true for so many Americans who have suffered floods, fires, and more. They haven't been as lucky. And the risks and costs going forward are likely to be more severe. So what is necessary to combat the climate crisis is to stop carbon pollution from accumulating in the atmosphere. That requires action, urgent action, ambitious action. Fortunately, we have made some progress in recent years in cutting carbon pollution. Thousands of businesses, houses of worship, states, and communities are taking action. Now they're demanding that we do the same. A few years ago, there was also good news. After years of finger-pointing, the United States, China, India, Europe, and other countries, all of the countries around the world came together and agreed to cut carbon pollution. With America's leadership and engagement, the U.S. led other nations in committing to take climate action in an international agreement called the Paris Climate Accords. The agreement was a breakthrough. After years of playing the blame game, nearly other countries said, here is our plan, and each country develops its own individual plan, and America has done just that. And that plan has incredible upsides. We are creating millions of clean energy jobs right now, and they're good-paying jobs. We are saving billions of dollars on home energy bills, and businesses are saving huge amounts of money through energy efficiency. And we can address climate injustice. And despite what the Trump administration says, America is still in the international agreement. We have not formally withdrawn. And if this bill becomes law, we never will. Because, you see, America does not cut and run. America keeps its commitments. And we will recommit to doing so when we pass this bill. My Climate Action Now bill is straightforward. It will block the administration from spending any money on withdrawal. And it will require the Trump administration to release its plan to cut carbon pollution. Americans overwhelmingly support U.S. leadership on the climate crisis because they understand that when America leads, we win. Ask the 23 states, 300 cities, and more than 2,000 businesses who have pledged to honor the Paris goals. Now they'll be joined by the U.S. House of Representatives. Some of the fastest growing jobs in clean energy, engineering, green building, solar installers, wind turbine technicians. This is just the beginning. but we have to stay on course. In addition to sending an important signal to clean energy job-creating businesses, this will send an important signal to our allies. Could I have 30 additional seconds?
Yeah, I yield additional 30 seconds.
Gentlelady is recognized for 30 additional seconds.
This will send an important signal to our allies across the world. We expect ambitious action from them. And I've heard my friends on the other side of the aisle say, but China. Well, if the president forces us here, other countries will retreat as well. A vote against H.R. 9 is a vote to let China off the hook. So this is a patriotic vote. Vote for America. Vote for our future. Keep us in the Climate Paris Agreement. Thank you to the hundreds of my colleagues who have joined this. Thank you to the brave Republicans who will join us in this patriotic vote for climate action now. I yield back the balance of my time.